With the coalition because a civil war may be about to break out in the new depleted coalition after Jacinta Price defected from the Nationals to the Liberals. Joining us live now is National Senator Bridget McKenzie. Twice in a week, Bridget. Not enough, I say. Good to see you, though.
You're lucky.
Let's start off with this, though. Matt Canavan, he was absolutely furious about this, calling Jacinta the Lydia Thorpe of the coalition. So what's your reaction to her defection?
Well, incredibly disappointed. I think loyalty matters a lot, and only 5 days ago, Jacinta was elected in the Territory to sit in the National Party room. We've had the CLP senator in our Senate party room since 1980. The CLP senator has been a leader of our Senate room and also a leader of the National Party itself. So this is a long-standing relationship, and there's a lot of fallout in the Territory itself. I've been on the phone late into last night with Territorians in the CLP, very concerned about this decision and what it means for them and their representation. What I'm very concerned about is that it now seems that the Liberal Party was actively recruiting Senator Nampijinpa Price 5 days out from an election. That is not the behaviour of partners, of trusted partners. It's very, very concerning, and I think the Liberal Party and the CLP have to make decisions around the impact of Jacinta's decision to resign from the National Party. The Country Liberal Party in the Northern Territory and the Federal Liberal Party are going to have to make decisions about whether they accept her decision, what the fallout will be, and they are obviously separate and independent organisations.
So can it actually be denied?
Well, that's a matter for the Country Liberal Party in the Northern Territory and the Liberal Party federally. She's resigned from the National Party, that much is clear. It now seems clear that she was actively recruited by elements of the Federal Liberal Party, which I say again is not the behaviour of friends, not the behaviour of trusted partners. It was the Liberal Party's vote fall in New South Wales that saw the loss of our Deputy Leader, Perrin Davies. And as you mentioned in previous comments, the National Party retained all of our lower house seats. We didn't lose a single seat, and we've taken a lot of bark off the Labor Party here in Bendigo, where vote counting is continuing. We've taken collective responsibility for this loss. I've been on media all week as a part of the leadership team of the coalition saying it's not one man, it's not one policy, it's not one reason why we got such a significant swing away from the coalition. But in the face of this behaviour, it just beggars belief.
Should the coalition stay together, Bridget?
Well, I've always been a coalitionist. When we work together, we actually achieve a lot for our country. We've always been in government more than we haven't. But that's when we behave sensibly, when we treat each other with respect, when we have trust between our two very separate political movements. Those of us in the National Party aren't just Liberals that live in the country. We actually have a very separate political philosophy and a long tradition. We're over 100 years old, and we are very renowned in our communities for delivering for them, and that's why they trust us. The Liberal Party has got a lot of deep thinking to do. We wish them well with that, but they shouldn't be seeking to damage us in the process of trying to rebuild themselves.
Do you feel betrayed by this?
As I said earlier, Pete, loyalty is a rare commodity in politics, but it's an essential one. And out in the bush, it's worth everything.
Sounds like you feel betrayed.
I said I was disappointed, and I am. Ultimately, that's a decision for Senator Nampijinpa Price to resign from our room. But as I said, the Country Liberal Party in the Northern Territory and the Federal Liberal Party have decisions to make.
Do you expect her to be part of the leadership team for the Liberal Party?
Well, that's a matter for the Parliamentary Liberal Party. I think there's a few hoops to go through before it gets to that stage.
But why else? I don't know, you're not privy to a lot of the private conversations, but do you suspect this is why the jump has been made to be a part of perhaps Angus Taylor's leadership group?
Well, again, Pete, I am interested. We've just fought an election. The coalition got a spanking, but let's face it, the National Party held all its seats. My focus and our focus is on delivering for the 9 million Australians who don't live in capital cities, who once again are seeing this introspection as turning away from why they bothered to vote for us in the first place. So the National Party, my Senate team and the National Party more broadly are focused on one thing, making sure the people that sent us to Canberra see us fighting for them and delivering a better deal whilst being in opposition.
All right. National Senator Bridget McKenzie, always good to talk to you. Thank you so much for your time this morning.